Hello believers, Glynda here. I want to make this video to share with y'all a vision that I had this morning. Today's May 8th, 2018. And I had a second vision about what I call the filthy kings. I had the first one on March 8th, 2017. So just over a year ago. And I'm going to do a video on that one too. Because God gave me this vision, and then He gave me just like a 2-paragraph word for today when I was praying for a word this morning. So let me explain to you the vision. I was praying and asking Him for a word because I didn't get a word yesterday, and I didn't get very many words last week, and I get worried when I am not getting words because we need words to go through what we're going through. And suddenly the vision came on, and I saw the filthy kings again. And the filthy kings, let me see if I can find just enough to tell you. Because when I had the first vision of the filthy kings in March of 2017, He had me pray protection over myself before He showed me the vision. He's never had me do that before. And what I saw was a shadowy Obama and a line of others, a group of maybe 8 or 10. I didn't count them. I couldn't see them clearly enough to count them, but I saw such filth as I have never seen in any vision before that one. And by instinct, I kind of turned my head away because I hate evil and I hate wickedness. I'm like, I don't want to look. And He said, look and see. God told me, He said, you look at this. I said, okay, Lord, I'll look and I'll receive the vision. Show us what's about to come. And I kept sensing as He showed me that filthy abominations, that was in my spirit, filthy abominations, like that's what I was looking at. Okay, so when I say filthy kings, that's who I'm talking about. All right, now, I saw the filthy kings again. I saw one of them reach past Obama and take a handful of filth and start smearing it on the world. And I felt very alarmed, and I started to feel nauseous in the vision. I started to feel really nauseous, like it was really as it was truly filthy what he was spreading. And Obama smiled as he watched this king do this. Then I saw Obama become more evil, as though he had taken on more demons or as though Satan was possessing him, that kind of deal. Like new demons of a stronger kind or of a higher up in the hierarchy of hell had taken, residence in his body. He began to smile a big, evil smile. And as he apparently got a new idea of how to proceed with his filth. And in the vision, I saw saints shrinking back from get away from me. As it crawled, the filth began to crawl. As I make this video on March 8th, 2018, there is a volcano in Hawaii on the Big Island that's erupting, and there's these big lava flows, okay? And this is what this made me think of. And I began to see this filth crawling like the lava crawls like that, just kind of crawling. And people began to go, ugh, the saints began to go like that. Everybody wasn't doing it. And the filthy kings seemed to be trying to cover the earth with their filth. And 2 of the kings in the background were laughing as it spread, and the saints were running from it. Then I saw the number 10. And I believe that the Lord showed me that these are the 10 kings from Daniel. The Lord gave me Daniel 7:19-25 as I was typing this. As I looked up the verse about the kings, and He said, no, all of these. And He gave me all those verses. So let me read those to you because I know they have to do with the meaning of this. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, and whose look was more stout than his fellows, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them. Y'all remember that in Revelations it says that, the evil one's he's going to prevail over us for a while, and this also says that. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Hallelujah. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. And another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Speaking of the wearing out of saints. I talked to my friend Nicole this morning because I have gotten so many emails from those of you who are suffering extreme lethargy, and can I just say, me too. It's been going on for quite some time. In fact, I even went to the doctor trying to figure out what it was to see if, can you fix this? But we don't really have any medical care here. So I didn't find anything out. But Nicole had some ideas from some things that she had been listening to, and I'm working on a sermon for y'all about that. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, because I need to talk to the Lord about it and verify everything. I don't want to just feed y'all stuff. I need to verify it. Okay. It feels like until they get the filth spread, something else they want very much cannot happen. These kings. I saw the saints resisting the filth on every side until they are all crowded up into one place together. It's like a whole bunch of saints were standing up. It was almost like they were on an island. They were all like this. There was just one group of them, and they were all trying to stay away from it. It kept coming closer, and they kept crowded in together more and more. So I saw the saints resisting the filth on every side until they are all crowded into one place together, and the kings are all laughing now as the saints try so hard not to let the filth touch them, trying to remain pure. I also saw that many who had formerly called themselves Christians had given way to the filth and were now swimming and splashing around in it and having fun. It was getting into their mouths, and it looked like a cesspool, y'all. This was so gross. But they acted like they were in a clean swimming pool. Hanging with friends, having a great time, and happy they had joined the dark side, they now laughed at the remnant trying to walk in purity. But now the filth almost covered the earth. Then I saw angels snatch some of the remnant up from where they were all crowded together, not all of them. It looked like 6 or 7 were taken out of about 50. I couldn't see how big the remnant was. This is just the part that I could see. I was shown the others were left longer because they needed more refining before he took them home. I also saw they were even more distressed at being left behind, and I don't blame them. I saw then that the filth had turned into a tsunami by then. The tsunami of filth in some large city was causing structures to fall. I couldn't tell what city it was, which I think represents institutions of thought or laws. I could hear the creaking and groaning of that building as it went down. I saw no one was left inside it, so it was just an empty building as it caved into the tsunami of filth. That part of the vision really concerns me because I don't know what it represents for sure, but it's not good. Off in the distance, Obama and the filthy kings looked on, proud of their work. I saw huge demons standing all along the line behind them with evil smiles. Here's all the filthy kings right here, okay? And right behind them are these giant demons standing behind each one. And the demons are really grinning, okay? I saw the huge demons standing all along the line of them behind them with evil smiles, and I saw that they, the demons, had plans of destruction for each of the filthy kings as well. But they want to do as much destruction as possible through them first. I saw as people who had jumped into the filth when the waves first began to cover the earth were now becoming ill. I don't know if this is sick of their sin or what, but the filth that was in their mouths was now beginning to make them vomit. Now they fought to try to stop the flood of filth from carrying them under, and the demons laughed as they failed to free themselves because they had stayed in the filth for too long and now they couldn't get free. I looked past them to where the flood of filth was taking them, and I saw corpses being carried off. Down in the distance, there were no more fighting. They had drowned in it, and they just kept on floating away. I don't know where it went. I saw one saint. There was only one of these, y'all, in this vision. I saw one saint off to the side in the vision who had like a nice little house, like with this fence thing around it. And The flood came nowhere around him. It came nowhere near his house in that fence. So I really paid attention to that. Why was he not in with a bunch of saints that was trying to keep clean? Why was the filth nowhere near him? And I saw that he had built a hedge of protection around his house with prayer. I watched as he hummed a praise song as he tended his flower garden inside the fence hedge. The sun shone brightly down on him, and he seemed to not even be aware of the flood of filth. His world inside that fence looked perfect. He did not seem the least bit stressed or concerned. Why, Lord, is this one man so safe and everyone else almost overtaken? I prayed, and the Lord said, one word, refining. So this man had already gone through the refining, and the others he showed me had resisted God's will, choosing to go their own way instead, and gotten themselves into a mess. And then he gave me the word for today. Tell my people, child, that what they allow or disallow in this time sets the stage for what they will suffer in the future when this flood takes place. And he didn't say if, he said when. The evil one's plans are already set in motion, though you cannot see it yet. The flood has already begun to flow. It is flowing quietly now, but soon will rage into the lives of all you know, as he, the evil one, seeks to change the days and times as I have told you in my holy word. So many are unprepared. They believe they are safe in their worlds, but their houses are built on sand that will soon be washed away in the flood of filth your enemy is sending. Submit. Submit to my refining and saturate your whole being with my word. The flood is coming. You know, very often people chide me for not smiling all the time. Why aren't you happy? How come you're not smiling? You know, all that kind of stuff. There's a reason for that, and I actually found a scripture for it. I walk around thinking about these things that I'm shown. And anyone who receives prophetic information, they are shown and told more things than what they ever share with you. Because sometimes the Lord will show us something or tell us something, and he'll say, you can't tell anyone this. And so you walk around and you carry that burden by yourself. Well, it turns out that Daniel, who was also a prophet, he went through this. Daniel 7:28 says, hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me. But I kept the matter in my heart. My countenance changed. He was somber because he was thinking about this stuff. And look at all the stuff he saw. I mean, he saw the end, the actual, all the detail that we don't know about. Please don't be one of the ignorant people that says, you should smile. You know that. If people aren't smiling, there's usually a reason, y'all. And sometimes there's a whole lot of reasons. And sometimes they're not at liberty to tell you what the reasons are. So be considerate about that. I hope this is a blessing to y'all. That was not a pretty vision. It doesn't have a pretty meaning. And all I can say is, pray, pray, pray. And submit completely to whatever you believe God's will is, and ask him to remove anything from your life that's not his will, because you need to go through the refining now. You don't want to go through it then. Having been through that valley of refining many times, I'm telling you, you don't want to go through it then. It's hard enough to go through it in good conditions, you know, when the world's doing okay. But if you go through it then, it's going to be a nightmare. But thanks for watching. Jesus bless you. Y'all have a great week.